Hi, it's Carissa, and I am here with kind of a manly card for you today, or maybe a little boy or something. But I find in my stash that I often don't have these kind of cards just laying around. So I thought I'd make one for my stash today. I'm starting with a basic gray card base, and I am going to use the wood grain stamp again. So I'm just going to use basic gray ink as well, and I'm going to ink this up real quick and stamp the base. Okay, I have that stamped, and then I'm going to take this piece of Night of Navy cardstock, and I'm going to re-ink my stamp here, just a section of it, and I'm going to stamp that as well in basic gray ink, so not changing my ink color here. Alright, so those two pieces are stamped, and what I will do, these are going to layer all together, and I'm just going to take, and since it's a manly card, I'm going to add some distressing along the edge, and you can do this with just my with your bone folder, just like I'm doing, or if you prefer to use the edge of scissors, or there's distressing tools out there too, but oftentimes I just have this sitting on my desk, and it's just easier for me to just do it like this. Alright, so when you get those all distressed, you can go ahead, or I will go ahead and layer them all together. These pieces of cardstock are this is taken with teal here. It's cut at 2 inches by 4 1/4 inches. The pumpkin pie is 1 3/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And the Night of Navy is 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. So just stepping down 1/4 inch with each layer. Okay, all done with that. This is going to go on the front of the card here, but I'm not going to adhere it down yet. I have this piece of chipboard here, and it's old. It's from Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up still sells chipboard, but I'm not sure that they sell this, and I don't even know what the name of the collection was. But I'm just going to add some adhesive to this designer paper here, and I am going to place my chipboard face down just onto the adhesive, just like that. And then what I will do is take my razor blade here and just cut around this. Oops, I'm cutting into it. Don't worry, nobody's going to see that part. Not once it's attached to the card. You all saw it. It's our little secret, okay? Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay, so that piece of chipboard's cut out, and then I'll just cut my little holes out here, because I am going to, if I just wanted the solid piece, I would leave the holes in, because it's kind of it's not difficult. It just, you got to get that razor blade in there, and then what I like to do is punch them out from the front so that the kind of fraying tends to go inwards instead of upwards, and I don't know how to describe that to you other than if you try it yourself you'll understand what I mean. So there's that, and then if you're so inclined, let me grab it here, you can take some sandpaper and just sand around the edges. You want to sand downward. Never sand upward, sand downward. And it will take care of some of that fraying along the edge and just give it a smoother look. So that's all that takes to cover that chipboard. If you prefer to use a liquid glue would work just great too on that. I am going to take this happy birthday stamp. It is from, can you see that? It's from the Vintage Labels, I can't think, the Vintage Labels Celebration Set. And I'm going to take Night of Navy ink. I'm going to ink this up. And I will stamp it right there in the middle as best I can anyway. Oh man, and I got a little, that's what happens when you put too much pressure. So, this is a boo-boo, but we're going to try to make it look like it's not a boo-boo. So we're going to take the ink pad and we're just going to kind of distress on here. It's not what I had in mind, but sometimes things don't go like we planned. So we just make do with what we end up with. And I'm normally, when I sponge or whatever, I just go around the edge, but I'm allowing this to go further in to kind of mask my boo-boo. My scratch paper again here, and I will take my Versamark and cover this entire tag with Versamark ink. Now you can see that I'm kind of getting a little of the blue onto my Versamark. I try to save one Versamark for getting dirty and one for staying clean. So this will be my dirty Versamark. And then this is the ultra thick embossing powder from Stampin' Up! And I'm just going to cover this with that. And then I'm going to heat set this, and then I'm going to repeat this process a few times so that I get a nice thick layer on this. And I will need tweezers to hold this in place. So I'll let you see a little bit of this process. I won't keep all the heat setting in here, but you'll see what I'm doing. There's layer one, and I've seen a lot of people, they can just go straight back into their embossing enamel and get it to stick. I'm not that good. I guess I'm just not fast enough. So what I do is I go ahead and coat again in Versamark ink. And that just gives the stuff something to adhere to until it's heat set again. So I'm just repeating this process. And then after this one, I'm going to do one more coat just like this. So I'll take it back to my Versamark and put another layer of the ultra thick embossing powder on there and then heat set it one more time. And I'm going to grab two silver brads here and a piece of the pumpkin pie ribbon, and I'm going to string this through here. And then I'm going to set it on here where I want it, making sure that I get it straight, because I'm actually going to use the brad to attach it to this piece of paper. So the brad and the ribbon will be the only thing holding this thing down. And then I'm just going to pierce straight through all the layers. So just give it a good punch. And get your brad in there. Hopefully I didn't move that too much. Just push it down in there. And then put my brad straight through there and open it up on the back. Okay, so there's our manly card. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you'll visit me at my blog. It's sprinkledwithglitter.blogspot.com. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.